Hello. Today I'm trying again to make an English video, which is not so easy for me because I'm not a native speaker, so forgive me if my grammar is not so perfect. It's about two questions actually. It's about flat earth theory in comparison to the UFO theory. Because first let me say that I have a big respect for the flat earth people, although I'm not believing it. But the flat earth people at least criticize the system, and I'm in very deep respect about this, because we need people to criticize the system. So this is a truly honest respect to you, because I think it's good you have discovered that there are a bunch of lies, that the system is lying to us. But the question I want to ask is the simple fact that we are being lied to, does that lead to the conclusion that the earth is flat? I doubt the result. I'm not doubting the lies of the system. And it's, when I looked to the evidence of the flat earth people, which I did, I found out that this theory completely leaves out life in space. And that's why I believe this is the one point you need to look at to really find the truth. Because I believe flat earth is actually disinformation made from the system again to bring you on another wrong way. Do you want to follow the system again on another path now? I don't think that's the reason why you're doing it. You want to find the truth. I want to find the truth too. So yeah, let's go through a few arguments for the flat earth, and we will see where we end up. Simple stuff is, for example, the ships are going to the horizon and you don't see them anymore, and if you take the looking glass, what do you call that? Anyway, if you look through the glass, you can see them again. That's not really an argument, because of course your eye cannot see so far, but just wait long enough with the glass and they disappear again. So this is not an argument. Felix Baumgartner, who jumped from... let's, before we go to the arguments in details, let's also say in common, in general, that one problem is also that the flat earth theory works argument after argument after argument. And sorry, you can find arguments for everything. This is just not difficult. You can stand St. Augustine, I'm coming out of theology, Catholic version, yeah. And you can just say everything. You just take the right passages and you can say you have to be rich, and you can say you have to be poor, you have to be Catholic, you don't have to be Catholic. St. Augustine works for everything. He is very well known for that. He's kind of a chameleon. This animal is always changing the color according to the circumstances. It really works. And it also works with arguments. So you can find an argument for everything. So I'm not really sure if that helps us. But we will go into some, because for some reasons it's helpful. But in the UFO scene, you have witnesses. So you have people telling you, I have seen them, I have met them, I have been to spaceship, I have seen the dead bodies of the aliens. There are witnesses all over the place. So this is a different kind of information. It's not argument, it's witness. Testimony, you can say, you know. They're giving testimonies of their life. And I call that a big value, because you cannot go behind testimony. Then you can argue what the testimony is about. But first of all, you have the argument that we have UFOs and we have aliens, and there are hundreds and thousands of witnesses, especially in the English-speaking area. Why I believe, I made this video first in German, and then somebody told me, you have an English video, and that's why I'm making this one, probably because usually all of the arguments are first English. Probably it helps. We will see. Yeah, some of the arguments again. Something very intriguing is the moon is transparent because you can see the stars shining through the moon. I was really laughing when I heard that, because the good thing again is, wow, there was somebody seeing lights on the moon. I have a glass myself, I didn't see it. But I believe that, because I believe something else, that we have bases on the moon, because we have witnesses again, who have been on the moon, who say there are bases there older than humankind. Long before we have been to the moon, there have been bases on the moon, and they have electricity. So you can see the lights in the night. Usually the big cities, as far as I know, are on the back side of the moon, and the moon always shows us the same side, so you don't see the big cities and the big structures. But it seems there is light, and I have no problems to believe that you can see light on the moon. I just doubt that this is a sign that the moon is transparent. I still believe the moon is a ball. That's actually one of the arguments I like very much. If you see something round, it's usually not flat, but it's a ball. Give me a moment. I lost my ball. But take a tennis ball. I don't have it now. Take a tennis ball, and what you see is a circle. But if you see the tennis ball, or take football or baseball or whatever, you know it's a ball. What you see is only a circle. I am in 3D. You will not believe that I am transparent or only a picture. But what you see is a picture. I mean, look behind your screen. I'm not there, you know. You still see me. So if you see something, you can put your third dimension into it. But this is a thing of your mind, of your recognition. And then again, flat earth people again say we have never been on the moon because we're living under a cupola or dome, if you want to say. We cannot leave the space here. And this is true again, because we have witnesses telling us that there's a Van Allen belt around the atmosphere. So it's not so easy to leave our atmosphere to go into space. But again, we have witnesses telling us that we have overcome this belt already at the moon landings with the help of the Nordic race, because that was already a problem in the 60s. And this belt is not a cupola. It's a kind of, Wilcock calls it a quarantine, you know, quarantine. We are like in prison, yes, and without help of these alien people we cannot go out, because we are actually considered violent in space. These people from outer space call us violent people. And yeah, if you look at our politics and our wars on Earth, other civilizations seem to have world peace forever. In higher dimensions it seems to be no problem to live in peace together. For us it still is a problem, so to consider us violent is not so far from the truth. And the second reason is that they want to be sure that nobody leaves the place, because there's also a cleansing, a cleaning going on Earth. Trump is very much involved into this, working against pedophiles and so on. So the Secret News, Simon Parkes, for example, or Benjamin Fulford, these news speakers from the English-speaking realm, are always telling us that there's a cleaning going on. And they want to get sure that they don't leave Earth. Because another truth is that we have technology far beyond our own knowledge. Please, it's more silent here. And there is technology far beyond our modern technology. We have UFOs. If you see a UFO, it doesn't mean that it's alien. It's also true, another argument of the flat earth people, UFOs have been built by Hitler and other Germans in the Second World War. True again. But that does not mean that we don't have real UFOs here. The Honeybu is a real thing. And they took Wernher von Braun and all the other German people to America. And why do the Germans know how to build a UFO? Because already in 1913, so other witnesses say, 13 or 30, we had contracts with some reptilian races, who showed us how to build a UFO. So Schauberger and all these Repulsiner stuff is just a copying of alien spacecraft. Which in America, the story we all know is done by Roswell, and from there on the Americans had their own secret spacecraft, UFO Roswell, and then they copied fiber optics and microchip and other stuff out of this. You ask Colonel Corso for that. Oh, there's a good movie from Stephen Greer, if you don't know that. Stephen Greer, Unacknowledged, 2017 it came out. 1917 would be a bit early for that. This is one of the best collection of witnesses. If you want to spend money, it's not for free, it's only available on iTunes. Or you can go on YouTube, there's a lot of, you can go into my channel if you want to, a collection of these English-speaking people. David Wilcock, Kerry Cassidy, Stephen Greer. Just look at it. Because Flat Earth has the problem, and I hope the arguments help you to understand now. If you argue that the Earth is flat because, I can always argue, yes, you're right, but don't forget the alien theories. And you get a bigger picture. So actually, all I want to do is to encourage you. Stay to your flat Earth theory if you want to. Maybe one day you will convince me. I actually don't care. If Earth is flat, I have changed my worldview so often in the last years. Let it be flat. Okay. I still don't believe it. But I encourage you, look at the UFO scene and look deeply into it. Don't say this argument speaks against, because I believe actually you have just not looked, you're just not far enough down the rabbit hole, as they say. You need to go deeper in the rabbit hole. And then you will find, yes, the system is lying to us. But not because the Earth is flat. This is a disinformation. We are lied to because they want to keep away us from the knowledge that there is life in space and that we have contact. Or another argument, very, very popular, the Photoshop pictures. The pictures of Earth being photoshopped. True again. There's a lot of Photoshop in the NASA photos, in some Google Earth photos also. Why? It because the Earth is flat? I don't think so. Because if you would not Photoshop these, you would see a lot of UFOs and spaceships and from the Galactic Federation, and there seems to be a super federation according to Corey Goode. And so yes, you need to Photoshop the pictures of Earth to send them out, otherwise we would know about life in space. And again, it's UFOs or flat Earth. I believe flat Earth people are good people, good critics of the system. It's just the wrong conclusion. So please, look at the evidence. Start with Stephen Greer. There is a disclosure project. Good to start. And then don't miss Kerry Cassidy. You go very deep in the rabbit hole with Kerry Cassidy. And if you're scientifically thinking, go to David Wilcock. He's a good, popular scientist. He's actually a speaker, but he has good scientific sources. I wrote his books, correct? Wrote his books. And I tried to prove the arguments, and so far they have all been right. I think I'm on the end. That's about it. Think about your worldview. I like it that you criticize the system. I really believe that flat Earth is a method of the system to try to bring you back. And another help probably. How is Galileo Galilei being treated? Because this movie about flat Earth movie, there's a very famous flat Earth movie, and there are a collection of scientists, you know. Galilei is not mentioned. The collection of scientists is selected. This is a selection of information. Galilei has been treated very badly. And if a scientist today speaks about UFOs, speaks about giants, we have a lot of archaeological things of giants in Romania. The Bugeci Mountains found 10,000-year-old computers in the mountain, in a secret cave, very big cave. You can put a half of a city in it, in this cave. Probably not so big. There are computer tables, 2 meters high, so built by giants. And you can see biology. You can put your hand into a hologram and you can see the cells of your hand in Romania, in the Bugeci Mountains. This stuff is about 10,000-year-old minimum. Ancient technology, which is far beyond our own technology, is found in the Bugeci Mountains in Romania. And the same thing is in Baghdad, in Iraq. And we all know that especially America has done Iraq wars, more than one, I think. They were, one reason was not the oil, but this place, like in Baghdad, like it's in Romania, they are connected. There are tunnels in the earth. They also go to Tibet and to Egypt, pyramids, and to other places. And there's a tunnel to the inner earth. We have witnesses about that. I personally know somebody has been in this place from Romania. I have contacts to Romania. I'm from Austria, not from Romania, but these stories are true. There's lots of stories. I know personally somebody being abducted by grace. We have a lot of abduction stories. Sometimes English words are a little bit hard. We have a lot of abduction stories, you know. I've met a few people from the Stephen Greer group, nice people. They are greetings on this place. So you're better than us. We don't have this kind of big groups for meetings. We are small people in Europe looking, and we've also flat Earth people here. But you in America, you have big groups, you have big meetings, you have possibilities to go somewhere. Use these possibilities, speak to the people, get information, get deeper in the rabbit hole. Flat Earth, I still believe, is a fake. Fake news, it's a very popular word these days. Although the arguments are correct, mostly. But you have to put it into the right context. Well, I think that was long enough. Was it now? I don't know. If you have any questions, there is a comment section. This is YouTube, not TV, so you can anytime ask me anything if you want to. I hope that helps. I would like to work together. Just open your eyes a little bit more. Integrate the UFO scene in the flat Earth theory, and you will have miracle after miracle, and you will understand the system even better. With this, God bless you. God always survives. Although I don't know his name anymore, all our religions have really nothing to do with God, but with teachers. I still believe there are teachers coming from higher dimensions, the virgin birth people, like Jesus, Krishna, Midrash, Horus, Thor in Germany even. Virgin birth people, I believe they're real. But we have no real picture about God, so anyway, however, God still exists. God may bless you. You can listen to the teachers, they're good teachings, just it's not God. Anyway, God bless you. All the best.